Well, we've been talking about it last couple of months that the crazy train of this real estate market was going to start going back down at some point as we got closer to summer, and here we are. This shift has officially happened. It has happened. We're going to talk about what you can do if you're selling your house to still take advantage of the market. But the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious market has officially come to an end. This is Steve with the Malone Realty Group at EXP here in the Atlanta area. All right, so we've been talking about it, and the market has been nutty where anything that goes on the market, you're talking about 30, 40 offers on it. You're talking about people waiving contingencies, waiving inspections, waiving everything. Okay, it's been for selling your house. All you have to do is do this: raise your hand, and you get 30 offers. Okay, if you raise your hand high, you get 40 offers. So it's just crazy the way the real estate's been going. But we've been talking about with the rates going up, inflation's got people a little nervous. Stuff going on in the world's got people nervous. All these things, and the fact is we have buyer fatigue. Buyers have been looking for a long time, and some of them are going to say, you know what, I'm done, I'm walking away. So we've been seeing data over the last couple of months that has shown that there's going to be an end to this, and we started to see about a month ago where nationwide we had fewer showings nationwide than we had. It was going up, but it was coming back down. Okay. At the same time, we're starting to get more homes on the market. Again, not a big decline in buyers, not a big increase in sellers, but enough to really let off some steam of the market. It has let off a lot of steam in this market. We notice in some of our higher end listings, higher end is really when you start to see the shift faster. We saw some homes that, earlier this year, if you had listed, they would have gone like that. They sat around for a while. Okay, a lot more than we would have expected. So that was really the first sign that, okay, something's happening. And then what happened was we had a listing about 3 weeks ago. Okay, it was listed at 350 in Buford. We had 41 offers on it. We went at 415 was the final offer, so it was 18.5% above asking price. So it was a home run of a listing, home run, all that good stuff. You fast forward just 3 weeks. We had a house in Suwanee this past weekend. Much fewer as far as the number of showings, much fewer as far as the number of offers, much lower as far as the percentage that we got over asking price, things like that. It's an amazing change in a very short period of time, but it's something we have been talking about, that it's going to be pretty quick when you have this change. Now, when you have that change, what you get are buyers who automatically think that we're in a buyer's market and sellers who are very slow to get the news. So the two sets of news. Number one, buyers. You're not in a buyer's market. Okay, you're not even close to a buyer's market. It's still a seller's market. However, you're in a better position now than you've been in a long time. Okay, there's going to be more homes to choose from. There's going to be fewer buyers to compete with than you've seen in a very long time. So if you've been on the sidelines and thinking about it, but you don't want to get in, the rates are going up. The rates will come down at some point. When? I think probably something like a year to year and a half away from now, they start coming back down. That's not an easy thing to say, and there's no guarantees on that. But when they come back down, you can refi. Okay, get your piece of the pie now, because there's not a lot of homes out there, and that's not going to change. It's a seller's market. It's going to be a seller's market for a very, very long time. Okay, that's number one. So if you're on the buyer side, it's not a buyer's market. You do have more flexibility, but it's not a buyer's market. If you're on the seller side, it is not the crazy market that your friend sold their house in a month ago. Okay, if your friend down the street had 100 offers on their house, good for them. You're not going to get 100 offers right now. Things have changed. Okay, you could still get 20, you could still get 15, still get 10, but just know we're getting back to the point where market dynamics are still going to drive any sales, things like that, the way that we sell houses, things like that. It's getting back to good old-fashioned real estate, okay? The crazy train real estate come to an end. Now we're getting back to good old-fashioned real estate. It's a seller's market, so you have hand. However, do know things have changed, okay? We're definitely seeing across the country more homes coming on the market, fewer buyers going into homes. We're seeing it all across the market, seeing it right here in North Georgia. So let's break this down, okay? Let's talk about what that means going into the summertime. If over the next couple of months, if you're looking to sell your house, yeah, it's been very easy recently, as I talked about. All you have to do is hold your hand up, and you get 30 offers, okay? as we go into the summertime, here's what we're telling our people, all right? 3 things to keep in mind, all right? First of all is pricing, okay? We come up with a range. Let's say the market price of the house is $415. Like, if you look at the comps, you look at what this sold, what that sold, blah, 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 blah. Market price, $415. That's the fair price. So you could list it at $400 or you could list it at $425, okay? In the past couple months, we've been telling our people, when we go $425, see what happens, okay? And there's very few homes, lots of buyers are still looking, things like that. See what happens, see if we can get that $425, we end up going above that $425. That's not going on right now, okay? What we're telling our people is we're getting back into a real estate market where when you list your house, we want to show value, okay? Your house is your house, okay? Regardless, no matter what happens, your house is your house, okay? It's a fantastic house, whether you list it at 400, 500, whatever. It's a fantastic house. The question is, how are we going to show value to buyers, okay? If the market price is 415, we go, right now we're going to tell people, let's go 400. We're going to go at or slightly below the market price. There's still enough buyers in the market and the house looks the part, you're going to get to the market price or even above the market price, okay? However, it's not the same market it was 2 months ago. So we're not going to push it as much. I want everybody to get offers and get them quickly. So we're going to bring it back a little bit, go slightly below the market price, and then we let the market dictate where the final price should be. So that's what we're telling our people. So keep that in mind. Number one, we're going to be less aggressive on price, okay? So we'll come up with a range. We're thinking on the lower end of the range when we list, okay? So that's number one. Number two, basically, we're going to get back to the basics on getting your home ready to sell, okay? For a long time, people were getting away with, I really don't want to do anything to the house. I just want to sell it. And they were getting away with it, okay? We sold a house like that earlier this year. And they didn't do as much as they probably should have. They still got the home sold, okay? Because that was the market. That's not going to fly right now, okay? Or you're not going to get the numbers that you want to get. So I did a video earlier this week, I did a video earlier this year where we talked about this, talked about the 5 things you want to do to get your house ready to sell this year. I'm going to put the link below so that way you don't have to hear me do all the same stuff all over again. But to just kind of quick recap, you want to paint some rooms, especially the big 3, the master bath, and the kitchen. You want to declutter, okay? If it doesn't have to be in the house, it needs to get out of the house. You're going to move it anyway. Move that bad boy. Get it into a storage unit. Out of the house if it does need to be there. We want the house to look big, okay? If there's deferred maintenance on the house, some wood rot around doors, things like that, we're going to get that fixed, okay? We want everything to look nice on the outside landscaping-wise. All these those little touches. And we've got a stager that we work with who will come out and help you get stuff in order and put your house in the right position to get it sold, okay? And like I said, if we do all that stuff and price it right, the house is still going to sell. So I'm not worried about that. It's still a seller's market. We're not raising the red flags yet. Everything's cool. But just know that the crazy bananas market has officially come to an end. We've ratcheted back just a little bit. So because of that, we need to just do the normal stuff that we normally do to get the house ready. So know that you're going to put a little bit of work into the house to get the house ready to sell. And that will help it to pay off when you sell it, right? So that's number 2. Again, we're getting back to basics. Number 3, you want to be ready to give concessions, okay? What do I mean by that? In the normal world of real estate, a buyer comes in, puts in an offer on your house. They get an inspection done. They ask for some fixes. You fix the house up a little bit, and voila, you go to closing, okay? Nobody likes to give fixes or give money for fixes. Nobody likes to buy a house that's a little busted up, whatever. So everybody kind of wins a little bit. With the seller's market being what it has been in the last couple of months, what happens is a lot of people have completely waived inspections, so they haven't had to do anything. They've waived the appraisal, they've waived the financing contingency, they've waived everything, okay? It's not going to happen as much as it has, okay? So you need to prepare yourself for the possibility that you're going to have an inspection on the house. And when you get that inspection, they may ask for something to get fixed. You may have to give them a little bit of money, or you may have to get it fixed, or they may walk away from the deal, okay? That's kind of real estate 101. That's kind of what happens in a normal market. Yes, it's a seller's market, so you shouldn't have to give $5,000 or $10,000 to fix a house, in the market, we should have enough offers to where, we can turn and say, look, we'll fix a little bit, but not doing all that because we've got a whole bunch of offers, right? So you still have hand in the negotiating, but you don't have supreme, gigantic, hand in the negotiating like you did a couple months ago. Okay, a couple months ago, you could laugh at somebody if they asked for, little piddly stuff to fix the house. Now you can't. Okay, you may have to just prepare yourself for the person may have an appraisal contingency. The person may ask for due diligence. Yes, we talked about a couple minutes ago. Your friend down the street 2 months ago may have sold it for $80,000 over asking price. Didn't have to do an inspection. All that stuff. You're not getting that same deal. Okay, unfortunately, the market has shifted. We have talked about it for months that this moment was going to come. The moment has come. We're definitely, again, nationwide what we're seeing, and we're seeing it here in the local area, an increase in the number of buyers. Increase in the number of sellers, I should say, and a decrease in the number of buyers. And with the rates going up and still, a little bit of uncertainty in the world, that's all combined to let a little steam off the market. Okay, now, hashtag asterisk whatever. This is not what I'm saying. I am not saying the market's getting ready to crash. I am not saying the market's getting ready to crash. So don't at me or any of that, okay? It is still a seller's market. It's going to be a seller's market for a very long time, okay? The prices are not going to start coming down. They may not go up on the order of 19% every year, year over year like they've been doing, because that's extremely unhealthy, but the prices aren't coming down. There's no homes on the market. Okay, so, I talked to a buyer last week who said, I'm glad the rates are going up. I mean, I'll pay a higher rate, but since the prices are getting ready to come down, I'll just wait for the prices to come down. I'll get a house. And I said, time out. Prices aren't coming down. I mean, it's going to be slightly easier for us to get a house now, and by slightly easier, I mean, instead of having 40 offers to compete with, it's 10 offers to compete with. But we're in a better position than we've been. But that being said, we're not waiting for the prices to come down. If you're waiting for the prices to come down, it's going to take a very long time. As I was telling somebody earlier today, to be in a position where the prices come down, you first have to get from the extreme seller's market that we're in right now to a balanced market. It's going to take a couple years at least. Then from there, from the balanced market, you have to go to an extreme buyer's market. That would take another couple years. And then from that point, you have to have a glut of homes on the market and let them sit for a little bit. That's going to take at least a year. So you're talking at least, if there's going to be a downturn in the market, all things being equal, without some kind of crazy world catastrophe happening, all things being equal, it's going to be at least 5 years before you have prices going down. That's at least. I don't know when you're going to have a position where you have enough homes to where it's not a seller's market. I think we're going to be in a seller's market for at least 5 years. So it's going to be a long time before the prices start coming down. Will they stop accelerating as much as they have been? Yes. But are they coming down? Don't hold your breath. Okay, so if you can find that home, grab that home. You're in a better position now than you've been. Yes, I don't like the rates being up as high as they are right now too, but when you look historically, it's not as bad as it was. You probably heard that 1,000 times. That's 1,001. They're not as bad as they've been historically, and you can always refi in a couple years when they come back down, because I think they are going to come back down a little bit. Okay, that was a lot of information because a lot of stuff happened over the weekend. I really want to get here Monday, put it on video, shoot it out there, and there you have it. Because we like talking about real estate. And if you like talking about real estate, give me a call. Let's talk about whether you're selling your house, how to position yourself, because I still think you're gonna do great selling your house. We just got to follow the formula, much more than we had to a couple months ago. If you're buying a house and you got tired of it and you're sitting on the sidelines because you're sick and tired of it, you're in a better position now. So we can talk about that too. 470-233-4409. That's my direct line. Give me a call, or you can email me. Emails below. Again, this is Steve. Y'all be good. Bye. Hey, thanks for watching the video today. If you want more information on what's going on in the real estate market, take a look at some of these videos over here that we've posted, keeping up with what buying, selling, things that are going on in the North Georgia market. But if you want to keep up with everything that we post to our YouTube channel, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel down there, bottom right. That way you won't miss out on anything.